All right, everyone, what's going on? All right, we are going to be talking about today with it being Friday and the markets being down. It was a little gnarly. Um, for me personally, though, I was actually pretty stoked about it. Because you figure, okay, so we've been planning this, we've been looking at this for what, 6 months now, right? It has been a very long 6 months of prepping for these moments of the just volatility in the market, right? Um, so what makes me kind of more interested in this period. It's not just because, the stables, the blue chips, the long term, safe, whatever you're supposed to do, were down. It's the fact that the crypto market took a plunge as well today. I know you guys are all going to totally kill me for this one, but um, let me. The only reason I'm pulling up Webull is because I still like their charts, but I mean, I'm so down for this whole like, um, we are not using Webull to buy stock after the bullshit that they tried to pull today. Um, Open, please. Thank you. All right. Um, let's see. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so this is actually locked me out. That's hilarious. There we go. All right. So all right. No, no, no. All right, so here we go. I needed to make sure I didn't have anything that would be damning on my end. Not that I haven't already been doxxed a few times with different things, but it's cool. Um, Everyone in the Discord, To the Moon, Hayden, KB, if you want to, I mean, I'm sure you can pull up your own charts and kind of follow along. Or if you want to switch over to the YouTube to see what I'm kind of doing. Um, so this is where this got interesting today, and this is kind of why I had to put out that little tweet that was like, show me where the retail hurt you. Because if you just kind of compare the charts, so we'll zoom out here. What is on the minute? All right. Lord, I have not looked at this in so long. This is all goofy. All right. So like you have like AMC here, GameStop's on the same trend, but then you have like Tesla, Google, Apple, Bitcoin, or sorry, this is Bitcash, Litecoin, Ethereum. They all did the same trajectory in the sense of just going down today. Um, Here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin was pretty gnarly. It's kind of going up a little bit, but that's still pretty bad. Which I don't even know what these like random spikes to like 43,000 are. Like I saw people on Twitter calling those out. Um, so that's pretty gnarly. It's just money laundering. I'm just gonna say it's money laundering. Not that I know, but someone's shoveling cash somewhere. Um, but yeah, UVXY. UVXY, as we know, is an inverse to the SPY. And so this is where I do think that we are starting to see the inverse effect for GameStop and AMC and any of these shorted stocks. So this is where we're going to start seeing the true colors of which stocks would actually, you know, have that effect of when the market starts crashing, that they will start popping off. And this is kind of what I'm keeping my eye on now. Um, for our future endeavors with all of this, because this is going to be a very telling sign, when SPY's down, what's up, right? um, and why I say an inverse, so UVXY, VIX, any of these kinds of inverse ETFs or anything, these have had big call options and big plays into them for the last 8 months, so they've been anticipating this reversal in the market for a while. And so that's kind of why, everyone's asking me, like, what measures, what indicators am I watching? I'm watching the entire movement of everything, not just, oh, let's just chart this out. And this is, no, we can't play that game anymore, unfortunately. We can't just chart it out and see what's coming. Um, it's literally going to take a ton of DD and just watching all the markets, all the real estate, all the crypto, even in the NFT markets. I did see like what Solana, um, that took a big hit today. So anybody that's in that, man, I'm hats off to you guys. That was a rough one. Um, so let me actually pull that up real quick. So now that we've seen that, oh, let's see. Adrian, KB, if you guys want to come up and talk and kind of voice your opinions on what we saw today, I would absolutely love that while I pull up some articles. I'm a little bit late today because I was putting our daughter down. You just have to request with the hand if you want to come up. But yeah, so if while I'm trying to figure out this stuff, you guys can just admire my daughter. All right, so price charts and volume. So here's crypto. Crypto was pretty rough. Um, so here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin took a dive. Ethereum took a dive. BNB. There's Cardano, so ADA, Solana. I mean, they all just kind of did the same thing, right? Um, so this tells me they're starting to pull assets, and I think some people might be getting margin called soon. Uh, with it, that's why I say like Monday and Tuesday are going to be very telling to kind of what I'm thinking. Hey, Truck Nerd, what's going on? Um, so I don't know. Like this is going to be interesting. So I want everyone to kind of keep their eyes on crypto this weekend, if you can. Make your stable coins, ADA, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, XRP is not too stable, but it's there. Doge, the fact that Doge is going down, um, this is insane. This is kind of huge, and I'm enjoying it because it's just as I thought it would be. The markets. This is what I was kind of waiting to see is if the stock market and the crypto market would kind of um, play into effect with each other in the sense of if one goes down, the other one goes down, and that's kind of the crash. No worries, KB, no worries. Um, so, um, other than that, like let's see, Solana. Let me see this. Um, It didn't take as bad of a dive as I thought. Okay. I mean, it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty gnarly on the 7 day, especially for a coin like this. Um, this is where I'm going to tell you guys. Start looking for, obviously not financial advice, blah, blah, blah. Let's not do that. But if you have the ability to kind of look into the NFT market, like look for the whitelist. It's something that I'm looking at. I Me and Hambone have been trying to find these white lists. You guys might have seen me tweet them out a little bit here and there. These are We're finding collections. Sorry, um, that are they can easily you can flip them if you really want to flip them. So, and I did see somebody in the NFT space that they give a pretty good tip. This is pretty brilliant. You buy three. That was the tip. You buy three whenever you're going into the NFTs if you can. That way you can keep one, sell two, or keep one, give one away, and sell one. But either which way, you buy three, and so that's something to consider. And so this is on the Wax blockchain, so it's kind of like what the AMC is doing. Um, Wax is starting to pick up a little bit more traction. So we're finding these that are new drops. They're really cheap. And if you want to, you can, buy up three of them. And then once they're all sold out, you can put them on the secondary market and you can make a profit. That's how people are starting to flip the NFTs. So that's kind of a counter to what's going on with that. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is just a fun little project. So shout out to Pizza Slice and Mr. Bear's Art. I'm shouting you guys out. for their fun little collection that they have going on. So that's that. I'm drawing a blank right now, guys. John Diamond Set plays. Any thoughts on GameStop doc playing in theaters next week? I think the time frame is okay. Clue me in, because I have no idea what the heck you're talking about. GameStop documentary. What? Oh, did you hear about Apex not letting people DRS games? I did hear about that. I thought that was yeah. That went along with the whole thing with Weeble. Um, what? Stop it. Just stop it. And disabling ad blockers. Gosh. Um, is there a trailer? Oh, I don't know if I can actually. I don't know if I can actually play the trailer. I might get in trouble. Um, GameStop Res the Players trailers reveals documentary about Reddit stock market phenomenon. I mean, they're acting like it's done. That's not. It's not even over, guys. It's not even over. So why? That's what I don't understand. Why is there documentaries coming out when we don't even know the end of the story yet? That's kind of bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's kind of a lot of bullshit. Hats off to whoever did it, but I don't know. It is kind of produced by Blake, Dan, Josh. Marine Entertainment. Check out the film's poster below. Cool poster, but I mean, this should say like part one to be continued. This is not okay. Fine. Actually, for the sake of this podcast tonight, I will turn off. I'm gonna turn that off. Done. Save, because I don't want my strike. Here, guys, in Discord, so you guys can. There you go. All right, we'll watch this together. It's fine. Let's see. A lot of people couldn't execute buy orders for AMC in the last 15 minutes of trading. Really?
What's going on, everybody?
Joining us, the original participants of the GameStop trade.
We had the vision to see what was going to happen before it happened.
It may be game over for major retailer GameStop.
You don't have to be a financial expert to be a good trader.
You have to be interested in what you're doing, not just in it to make
money.
Cheers, everybody!
Price had gotten down below $4. It just made no sense.
The market had this huge misperception.
Yeah, I know you looking at me.
People are just roasting the company.
How are they still in business?
I had a thesis.
The PS5 and the Xbox Series X are coming out next year.
Clearly, this brand is not dead, it's vibrant, and this was about to reinvigorate it.
No chance it was going bankrupt. Zero.
The stock was ready to explode.
Game changing.
This is going to be the biggest short squeeze in history.
We can use shares against Wall Street
to destroy a hedge fund.
Whatever.
GameStop is killing it.
To the moon.
They played the game better than I played the game. That's it. This one particular stock.
Mr. Gale, your oral testimony.
A few things I am not. I'm not a cat.
Best moment ever.
My friends created a revolution.
It's like the villagers storming the castle. David and Goliath story.
I'll give it to him. I mean, but it's not over, guys. It's still not over at all. Like props to the creators. It looks good. It looks cool, but I mean, you're only getting part of the story, right? Because, I mean, like it or not, yes, GameStop OG 100%. I will never discredit that at all, right? We know this. But think of the revolution, that the whole idea of what happened with GameStop when it, you know, GameStop itself made it to where retailers started looking. It made people wake up to the corruption, and we found other stocks that are shorted. We found that the whole freaking like half the market was shorted. They were shorting, you know, bonds. They were they were shorting everything, right? The treasury bonds and whatnot. Like GameStop is, yeah, it's just getting started. Like we are, like, here we are 1 year later coming up, and damn, I am so hyped for the 1 year anniversary, because it's gonna be incredible, especially especially if my date of the 26th hits something. If something weird happens on the 26th, I will probably be like celebrating on the 28th, 100%. Um, but I don't know, guys. Like, there needs to be a sequel to it, because I mean, we didn't just beat them at their game for one stock. We've not just done that. We've beat them on so many different turning points. It has been insane to see, just the drastic changes, the regulations that are coming out, the things that people are finally recognizing and doing. And, no longer, they're not trusting the financial systems. They're trying to find a different way to store their money or invest, or calling out crap and creating their own wealth with this. Because, like, I mean, think of like Unusual Whales. Unusual Whales, I remember when he started. I remember him getting his start, and he has just helped so many people create wealth, because he figured out the algorithm, and he can, time it perfectly. And that's just insane to me. And it made we've had so much, distrust in one another, and as a global population, like, we really weren't communicating, but now we communicate on this global scale, right? We talk about our governments, we talk about, as much as we can, given some regulations in different places, as much as you can. Um, the fact that I have friends all around this world, and I've gotten to learn different cultures, and that's the best way to start communicating, is just to understand one another. So, to see what GameStop has done, it's not just us beating them at their game, but it's completely redoing how society's doing shit. That is what is epic right now. That's what needs to be talked about in these documentaries. It's not just, yeah, we bought, we hold, we're beating Wall Street. No, we're beating the 1%, because we finally started standing up and said enough is enough. It's not right. Like, it's not right. We're calling out the politicians that are able to basically have the best inside trade known to man, because they make policies, and before that policy goes through, they're buying puts, they're buying calls, they're buying shares, they're selling shares, they're doing all this other crazy shit before they even sign the papers, because they know what's about to happen. So, yeah, I think it's empowering to see so many people. And I mean, granted, yeah, we are just a fraction. We are a fraction of the population, but the as my husband says, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? If we just keep making noise, we keep making noise, and it just keeps going and going and going. Eventually, they're going to want us to shut up. Eventually, they're going to make us shut up one way or another, and it's either going to be they're out of office, policies are changed, and MOAS happens. Sorry, that's all I'm taking. That's the only way you get me to shut up, is that if we get the corrupt politicians out of office, they make the policies to where new politicians can't do this insider trading through any loophole. I don't care if it's your mother, your brother, your cousin, your wife, your daughter, anybody linked to you should not be able to trade. It shouldn't be a thing. And then on top of that, MOAS. We have sat here and we have been doing more deep dives, more research, more data analysis than anyone ever before. We have ripped this thing apart and we can almost time how they're going to short ladder attack, or they probably, let's just throw this out here. Probably Sunday, let's say Saturday about 2 a.m. we're going to see a nice big pump on crypto real quick, and then throughout all Sunday and Sunday night it's just going to plummet. They're trying to build liquidity because I guarantee they're probably going to get margin. Someone's getting margin called this coming up week, because this market was rough on today, like this just whole past week. But it's yeah, that's the only way I'm shutting up, guys. That is the only way I'm going to shut up is, like I said, politicians, Nancy Pelosi, any of that. Where was that list? I need that list. Who was it that put it in? Yeah, okay. Anybody on this list. I don't care who you are. I don't care which side of the spectrum you're on. Unusual Whales posted this list. Members of Congress that beat SPY in 2021. This should never happen. This should not happen. This crap is BS. So Austin Scott, Brian Mast, French Hill, John Curtis, Dan Crenshaw, Nancy Pelosi, there you are. Two Davids, Peter, Debbie, Jim, all these people need to be out. These people need to either resign. We need to figure out a way to petition them out of there, because this should not happen. This is bullshit on so many different levels. So that's what we need to do, guys. Like, start petitioning, start making it louder and saying enough. You guys have more money than you know what to do with, and yet I have people in our community that have reached out and they're like, "Hey, I'm having to sell up my portfolio. Like, I'm done. They're getting laid off of work. They're getting fired from work because they're not getting the vaccine. These vaccine mandates." Which, P.S., UK is now dropping all their mandates. So, it's just one of these things. Like, but it's very sad to see people that have been in this fight for over a year with us, and I'm like, hey, there has to be another way. Let's figure it out. Let me find what I can find. Maybe you can take out a loan against your assets if you think you're getting a job soon or something like this. There's ways around it, but there are people that are having to start liquidating because they're out of work. They can't get work with, even though there's so many jobs out there, guys. I will have to find this, and Hambone brought it to my attention that part of the PPP loans was that they just had to post the listing that they were hiring. I am going to refine this. I will tweet it out as soon as I find it. But there was a part in the PPP loan that just said that they had to list that they were hiring and that they were actively looking, but not that they actually had to hire people, and they were getting this money. They were getting the PPP money. So that's kind of disgusting that, the job market is great. There's so many jobs out there. Well, they're not actually hiring. They're not actually hiring people. Like, I can think, like Hambone, he's, when we were both putting out applications, I think he topped out at like 75 applications in like a month, which is incredible. I mean, the fact that, it's disgusting, I know. But, and these aren't, and they were anything from, like a tool rental place up to doing AutoCAD, because that's, he has licensure in that and everything. And so that is the stark difference. And he got an interview for the tool rental place and basically didn't get it because he has seizures, because he's of his TBI and stuff. So that's discriminatory, but he knew as soon as he had said something about the seizures, like, total tone of the interview changed. And she was like, okay, well, we'll be in touch, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. But yeah, so the fact, you have 1 month, you have 75 applications, you hear back from one. And I see some of these Indeed job postings, and they have thousands of applicants. And I'm like, okay, you're not actually hiring. You're not actually hiring. So that's, we have cost of inflation. Inflation at itself is 7%, wholesale's at 9.4%. We have fuel in the 40%, price range. Like it's used cars are like 30% or something. Um, it's it's disgusting. So enough is enough with the bullshit of how our politicians are just hand over fist making money off of our economy, and yet the average person is suffering. The average person is paying for the crap, and we are, I'm done. 2022, it's our year, guys. It is our year to stand up and say enough is enough. Because, yeah, we're watching all of this crumble. Today was rough. Today was red. But if you've been paying attention to Bull House, you know that we're preparing for that ride down. We know that, I've been saying watch the inverses. I've been saying that for a month now. Watch the inverses. UVXY had a very good day today. VIX had a good day. Any of the inverses really had a great day. So, start looking at those. Obviously, again, do your own due diligence. I'm just here to kind of breadcrumb you to different things to follow, because if the market is going down, we start looking at real estate inverses, stock inverses, precious metal inverses, which precious metal might be going up. I will say that. I think lead, copper, silver, gold's always going up. Gold's freaking retarded. But anything like that, precious metals, I think will be a good one to kind of keep an eye on as it goes up. Every year's my year. Heck yeah, I like that. But keep an eye on precious metals, especially anything that has to do with ammunition. There is some kind of whisperings. So, Hambone wanted me to put this out there, that every year there's some kind of Civil War type thing with the military that they, prepare for. Like they just kind of do like trainings and practices and, what if scenarios and whatnot. But apparently there's been a little bit more news about it lately than the normal, fluff pieces trying to scare people. But apparently there's just something going on with it. And it wouldn't concern me so much if we weren't going through this whole thing with the COVID crap, like all the division that they're trying to create with that, plus the wars. So we're basically, gosh, Ukraine. Anybody that knows people in Ukraine, my heart's going out to them, and Taiwan. Like guys, it's a little bit rough over there. If you haven't looked into it, I'm not going to look into it tonight. We'll cover that on Monday. But it is getting a little bit rocky over there, and it's basically, we're handing Ukraine over to Russia in a silver platter. Like there's so much going on over on that side of the world. So just be mindful of what's going on in that situation, because, that's going to be very impactful with, Ukraine and Taiwan having anything go wrong and being in the wrong hands. That does affect a lot of trade around the world. So I'm trying to think. Then we also have I haven't checked on the supply chain recently. All I know is what I see from when I go to the stores, and since I do live in a pretty big metro area, you would think our storage shelves would be a little bit fuller than they are, but they're pretty empty. And prices are escalating very quickly. I think we've seen, since last year, about a 25% increase on the grocery bill, if I've done my numbers up right. So just start budgeting for that. Start budgeting yourself for that increase in price. Start learning how to flip NFTs. And cryptos if you need to, because cryptos, that's going to be a little bit more of a rough one. But start growing your own food. Get some seeds. Spring's coming for most of the country in a couple months. But get your seeds, get them started, get them germinating. Um, and it's going to be a bumpy ride. It is going to be very bumpy. Especially like, the fact that me and Sharkbait kind of came to the same conclusion today. Like I got on Twitter just getting ready to say like, holy crap, incoming. And like I saw Sharkbait's tweet like, is this the beginning of the crash? And I'm like, holy crap, the fact that you and I are on the same wavelength here. Um, it's kind of surreal. But I do want to put this out there. So I won't go into much detail, but I'm trying to think of how I can word this. So, all right, I know people are having some questions about our metaverse that Bullhouse is creating. And this is something I'm going to go over. I am going to have a special broadcast on Sunday. It might be, I might incorporate it on Monday. Might do a little bit longer one, so that I can get some of it built. But so Metaverse for Bullhouse is going to be something pretty unique in the sense that it is going to have a lot of utility. I've designed the map. I have a layout, and it is going to be it'll be a place for education. Know that much. I guess, Curtis, you think I can say it? We'll put it out there that we are kind of the first. I am not advertising it. I'm just stating. You think that's okay? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the layout of the land, think of a college town, right? And Hambone and I actually came up with some pretty cool ideas. But the main layout of the metaverse is a college town area, where you can actually learn and grow and develop and actually advance your knowledge in the metaverse. The whole idea behind Bullhouse's metaverse is to help create jobs, whether it's through entrepreneurship, people hiring other people for like development, coders, content creators, or whatever. But the whole idea behind Bullhouse's metaverse is education and job creation, because we do not know what the future is going to hold when it comes to a lot of this. But we do know that technology is not going away. We know that. I have come to accept this on so many different levels. So I'm growing, guys. I'm growing. There is a special thing in the works. I have to read some more rules until I can say anything else about it, but just so I don't get in trouble. But so what I am going to do. So if I have some kind of thing that says that you are in college, pursuing, or even high school, pursuing something that could benefit you, whether it's content creation or learning financials or whatever it is. I have an island specifically called the Educational Island. This island is dedicated. It's free to anybody that can show me proof that they are in college or taking courses to advanced degrees or anything like that. Because I know these high schoolers now are graduating with associates, which is mind-boggling to me. But if you guys have too much time on your hands, really, no, I'm just kidding. But if you have something that shows me that you're in college trying to pursue a degree or anything of such, or if you're in high school and you show me a project that you're trying to develop, I have an island that I'm going to create that is free, included in whatever, for those people. And it'll basically be like a dorm. You can have like a fun little dorm that you can decorate, and you'll have a space, a whatever kind of space you need to kind of promote your project. So when people are like, oh hey, what are you working on, you can take them into that area. And so then I also have another area that people that have graduated within Metaverse somehow, there's an alum island. And again, that will be given to you. That is your NFT space to kind of create your own as a, thank you for being a part of the metaverse and actually helping to grow it. Because the idea is anyone that's learning within the metaverse is also helping the community grow. So, but within the actual island, the main island, the college town, whatever you want to call it, it'll have all different, that'll have like your regular setups and things like that, fun, funky little spaces. But then I also have a tech district, an art and music district, and then a financial district. So people that are in the financial world, they can set up shop there. And then two housing districts that people can go and build houses or whatever. But I just kind of separated them all so that you didn't have some tech giant coming and like stepping on some poor little financial person's home. Like, so that's kind of what we're looking at. It'll all be very, be aware that we can hear him. Yeah, I know you can hear Curtis. That's good. I'm glad you can hear him. I don't. Oh, you can't hear him. Oh. Oh, no. No. It's on me. This is a me problem. Let's see.
All right, you're the master mixer.
There it is. Okay, so now they can hear you. So he wasn't really talking, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, there we go. Whoa.
Sorry, I got excited.
No, it's cool. But yeah, he basically said like I just can't say the main cool thing that I have planned. But there is a lot of utility within our metaverse, and it will be something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. But we are, and so the really cool thing, if you are part of Bullhouse at launch, if you're up to date on what's going on, and us saying, yeah, hey, we're getting ready to launch this. I mean, the land will be cheap, spaces will be cheap. I'm not going to make it stupid expensive from the get-go. Early investors, I've been thinking about this all day. With the NFTs, I'm going to also do unlockable content with the NFTs, and it'll actually give you like some kind of like condo or penthouse or something within the metaverse. So you'll actually have your NFT if you are an early investor, so I can hire some coders and get some help. But it'll get you your NFT plus that unlockable content of your space. So it's kind of a cool thing to integrate everybody in.
Yeah, that's very cool. The more you talk about this, the more I like it.
Yeah, this comes from the one that almost left me today. But
I did not almost leave you. I said specifically that I'm not reactionary, and I'm going to talk to you, and I'll give it a shot.
I know.
And then once we talked, I'm in. I'm all the way in.
No, this isn't about being hyped. This isn't about getting Yeah, it would be cool to have the influencers or whatever you want to say. It'd be cool to have that, but that's not who my target is. I want people that the average person who's, in college or high school age that needs a place to escape and build and potentially help grow their financial wealth and financial literacy and, listen, potentially have Dr. Trimbath on stage somewhere giving a lecture or something, or, me doing some kind of weird TED Talk type, because I'm going to have studios. I'm going to have podcast studios that people can either rent out or buy or whatever. It's just going to be basically take your real world situation and plop it into the metaverse and go to school. Like that's, learn something.
Will you have a pointer and teach people how to make mind maps?
No, that's my thing. No. Yes, I can teach people how to make mind maps if everybody wants to learn. They're very easy. You just have to have a weird brain.
I don't know how you make these maps in the first place. Like, what was it, Minecraft and all the... I don't know. I have no idea.
No, it's through Bubbly.
Okay, but for the metaverse, how did you create the map?
I haven't.
Same thing, Bubbly?
I haven't. No, I drew it out.
Oh, okay.
It's on my iPad. So, but I think it'll be very cool. So once I read rules and regulations and things, um, there'll be a big announcement. So just stay tuned to that one. But Curtis, do you have anything you want to add? To the Moon, Conan, anybody?
All I want to add is if you have any specific areas that you're worried about, I can look them up for you and maybe try to help uh, as far as what you can and cannot talk about.
Yeah, that's basically it. What I can and can't say, like, am I allowed to say what it is that we're trying to do? Because it says you're not allowed to advertise, but it doesn't say anything about mentioning it. Like, I don't. We'll figure it out. Hopefully I'll have this figured out on Monday. So.
It's not like this is a promotion or anything. It's just
No.
explaining.
Yeah. No. We'll figure that out. But yeah, Monday. Stay tuned for Monday. I will hopefully have a section of the map done, the metaverse done. The idea is to try to get at least the base done before we start doing the release of the NFTs and stuff like that. Hambone's going to be doing a lot of the assets. Be a lot of cool assets in it. And then I hope people actually, come in and build assets and sell assets in the metaverse. Like if you can build cars and things like that, like heck yeah, let's do it. But other than that, it's been a fun Friday. Tomorrow, I am with Nifty. We are going to be on a Twitter space first, and then we're going to be in Nifty Ape Nation's Discord doing the Fight Club game with a few people. So that's tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then, yeah, Sunday I might just take the day off because I am still very sick and I've been sleeping most of the day.
I feel you. I just woke up myself and saw that, oh, Ken is on.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I will see you guys around.
All right, take care.